Gareth Edwards has created the huge creatures that roam the earth in monsters. And during this year's Stockholm Film Festival, he held a masterclass in special effects.
If you look at previous monster movies, in the 50s and stuff, it was really a metaphor for the fear of the atomic bomb and radioactivity, and then became a fear of communism. And I think the modern fear is terrorism. So I didn't want it to be this political movie, but yeah, that was the sort of analogy I was trying to achieve. You look at a lot of filmmakers, or my heroes, they made their best work, or a lot of them made some of their best work when they had no resources at all. They had very low budget. All the strengths that you know, I feel that we got from Monsters were born out of the fact we had no money whatsoever. And so if you have more money, we would have probably made a worse film.
They're taking us through the infected zone.
It's the only option we've got.
Yeah, so I always saw myself as a filmmaker who's pretending to be a visual effects person, and then you suddenly realise that everyone else perceives you the other way around, that everyone thinks you're a visual effects person who suddenly wants to be a filmmaker. And so for me, it wasn't, the biggest leap wasn't going from visual effects into film directing. The biggest leap was earlier than that, which was going from a film director in my head and trying to pretend that I could do visual effects. I was using a lot of the things that I'd learned at film school to hide the fact that I didn't know what I was doing, like composition and lighting and things, to kind of make my effects look better than they were. So, so it was weird. It's kind of, yeah, I always felt that the hardest bit was becoming a visual effects person, and then going back to directing just felt like, oh, thank God. Monsters was basically an idea I had whilst I was on holiday. My next film I want to do is an idea I had whilst I was on holiday. So it's really important I keep going on holiday. I've got to keep telling that to people.